This video will cover how to add students to a class in the app. Tap the plus button on the bottom right and select Manage Students. There are a number of ways to add students to the app. If you have a Google Classroom account, you can tap on the Google Classroom button on the top left and link your account. And then, when you tap on the plus button on the bottom right, you will have the option to import students directly from Google Class. That is a great method if you are a Google Classroom user. The other option, which there's another video for, is the import from Google Sheets. If you can get data in a CSV file format, which is a spreadsheet format, you can copy it to a Google spreadsheet. And very easily, there's a new feature in Google Spreadsheets that will let you import the data directly into the app. Go ahead and look at the add-on video if you would like to do that. Lastly, you can manually input students. This might be a good way just to try out the app if you're trying to see if it works for you, or if you don't have too many students. So I will tap on the New Student button. This opens up the student page. Each student is identified by a first name, a last name, and a student ID. You don't need the student ID, but in the case of students that have both the same first and last name, in order to add both students, you will need to add a different student ID. We'll do John Smith, and we'll just give him an ID of, let's say, 100. Alright, as you can see, you can do photos, there's space for email, phone number, which is useful if you're going to be texting or emailing students reports and grades. You can also do parent and other contact information there. There's enough for 2 different parents or guardians. Alright, I'm going to stop basically at that information there. And then to save it, hit the check at the top right. Here you'll see that in this screen, on the student list screen, the left side is students that are in the current year. So that's all the students you've added to the app. As you can see, it says no students are found, because if you look on the right, when I added John Smith, it also added him to the Class 1 roster that we had selected here. So the Year 1 students are only the other students that are not in the class. If I go ahead and tap Class 1 roster, I can switch to Class 2. Now you'll see that John Smith is listed on the left there because he hasn't been added to the class yet. I can easily tap on the arrow to the right there to also move John into the Class 2. Alright, back to Class 1. I'll add one more person, and we'll name this person Amber Castro, and we'll give her a student ID of 101. Alright, now I'm going to go back, and you'll see now I'm here on Class 1, and you can see there's 2 students added there, John Smith and Amber Castro. If you want to remove a student from a class, tap on the initial circle before the name, and you get a bunch of options at the top there. As you can see, there's a delete icon. You can change the order of students, copy them, and message them. So you can simply tap on the delete icon, and it'll ask you to confirm if you want to delete a student. Alright, and again, to manage students, tap on the plus button, go to manage students, and this screen here is the main screen where you're going to go ahead and add students to classes there. If you end up with a lot of students, in the search box here, if I go to Class 3, you can see I could type in AM, and now you'll just see Amber. So you can filter students by first name or last name that way too. Alright, have fun playing with the app.